for the last time, I promise we're not going to do any more of this franchise.
I think hopefully the other ones don't come out for a long time.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back. We got Fast X to go see, so we're reviewing.
I can't wait.
8 Hobbs.
We're going to
Shaw,
see Fast X right after this.
and 9.
Yeah.
Immediately after.
Right after this. Yeah. So catch that review.
Yeah, we're
tomorrow.
stacking. It's gonna be
yeah.
nothing but.
Yeah. Go watch. We got Fast 1, 2, and 3 recaps. We got Fast 7, 8, and 9.
4, 5,
4,
6,
5,
and 7.
6, and 7 recap. And now we're doing 8
Hobbs, Shaw, 9.
Sean and Hobbs, and 9.
Luke and Deckard. That
Luke
doesn't
and
sound as
Deckard.
good, I guess, as a title. All right. So I will say this: 8 is pretty decent. 8 still has enough gas in the tank.
8 was my least favorite until I watched 9. Yeah.
I agree.
But like coming off the heels of 7,
Yeah.
8 is like such a fucking.
8 is decent though because they split the movie into like the Vin Diesel side
8's fun
and the Rock side.
Yeah,
and
8's
like
fun.
the Rock's trying to stop Vin Diesel. He's trying to not be a piece of shit while all be. So
the movie's like basically from the Rock's
so
point
we're
of
reviewing
view.
these, right?
The Rock is like needs a job. They're like, you need a crew you can trust. I got just the people.
Right.
Cut to
the scene at the beginning is both ridiculously stupid and hilarious at the same time. When the agent shows up at the soccer game.
Oh, I love that.
And the Rock. You're clearly not respecting the lady.
Yeah.
The lady. Pink
My
Knights,
butterflies are going
or
to need
Lady
to beat
Butterflies.
these dragons. It reminded me of the Bob's Burgers or like anything we've done for the past fucking 2 months, you know? Oh my God. I had such PTSD from that fucking scene. I love. They do the fake out though. They do like the Brian in fucking like 7, the preschool thing. The have a great day at school.
Yeah.
You know, like I loved it.
Yeah, you have so like Dom and Letty are on their honeymoon. It's picking like right up after 7. They're on their honeymoon.
Yep.
They do the whole Cuba thing. They have a race right at the beginning,
Yep.
which is awesome.
Yep.
With a guy that tries to screw him over like always. And this time Dom's grown up, and instead of taking the guy's car in his pinks, he goes, you know what?
I'll let you keep it.
You learn a lesson if I let you keep it, because I'm now the mentor of this.
Oh, is this
group.
where they're like is this where they're in Cuba or whatever? Cuban Nos. That was my fucking. Shut up. Stop. Shut up.
So that
And it's like dirty for some reason. The can is like it's not like clean. It's Cuban Nos. Like we dug. You don't want to know where we dug this shit from.
So after the race, he's on his way back home from like the grocery store, picking up like Cubans, I guess, or something.
Nice.
And Cypher's like, oh, this random Charlize Theron character with dreads.
Yeah, it was like so out of place. Yeah.
Like, yeah, my car won't start.
She's the twins from The Matrix.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, that's disturbing. So she's like, oh, the car won't start. Can you help me? And he's like, yeah, let me pop the hood, random stranger.
It's your bark plug or smart
Right, and he
McFlart.
immediately finds the problem.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I pulled the part out.
I know.
By the way, and I'm not kidding or exaggerating, this is how long this entire scene is that changes the entire franchise. It does. It changes everything and sets these next 5 movies forward.
Well, Cypher's like
goes,
the main character, main almost overarching bad guy until Hobbs and Shaw.
Right.
And then we get the big super bad guy who like plays
bad.
into,
So she's like, by the way, my car's broken because this is gone. He's like, I noticed it was gone. And then she goes, you're going to come work for me and you're not going to tell your family. And that's just going to happen. And he's like, who are you, lady? Literally like that. And she pulls out a phone, shows him the screen, not to us, but to him. He gets stone-faced and she goes, go pack your bags. You're working for me. I'll see you whenever.
Yeah.
And it's that.
They say like
fast.
she goes like you're gonna be fighting somebody you've never yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like over, and then it cuts to The Rock calling Vin Diesel like, I need you, buddy.
I got
and he's
a
like,
job.
Where are you at?
We're best friends now, right? I
Right.
need a job. I can trust all of you.
Which turns into them. They successfully start to complete the job.
What's with? Can we talk about? Fucking Hobbs and Shaw gives people cybernetic implants, yet they still use goddamn walkie fucking talkies when they're in the cars.
All of that bothers me in the movies. And then once they realize that their comms are hijacked, they just keep talking.
They keep
They
talking.
don't care.
No. They're just like the bad guys are listening, and they're like, I'm approaching the drop point.
So Vin Diesel screws everybody over. They're making it seem like he's gone rogue.
But
and
they're
that
like
he's
on
bad.
a job,
right?
right? Stealing the EMP,
Right.
Yeah, and then like Vin Diesel turns
the
like
rock
a
out.
switch flips,
Right.
Yeah, and takes the rock out. Who goes to prison for like treason or whatever? I don't know.
Because they did a lot of foreshadowing. If you get caught,
yeah,
we can't be there.
We can't do anything to help you. It's just that scene is literally to get The Rock and Jason Statham in the same room because the prison break scene is just fucking
where they're arguing.
Awesome. Yeah, just awesome.
So that fast forwards to Mr. Nobody saying, "Oh, I'll break you guys out if you want to come work for me." And they're like, he's like, "Screw you, I'm not doing that."
I ain't doing that.
I'm gonna break you out anyway.
Yeah.
There's a cool prison fight, which is
really
really cool.
The prison breakout scene is really cool. Jason Statham's like parkouring over shit, and like The Rock's just like taking the rubber bullets, like
ow.
Yeah.
That's literally it. He's like rubber bullet.
Yeah, big mistake. And then he like fucking like basically
he does
shoots a dude's
the Arnold
toe.
Schwarzenegger with the flip of the shotgun and starts. So
I love that scene.
so I mean,
You're
we
right.
don't spend 4 hours on the movie.
8's really good.
8's not bad.
8's pretty good. 8's pretty good.
So it goes to action set piece to action set piece where they slowly give you breadcrumbs. Which, by the way, the dude from Game of Thrones, the redheaded guy who's a bad guy.
Yeah, who's like working for the Cypher group. Yeah.
And he
Oh my
plays
god.
basically that character.
Yeah.
And I love it.
He's basically like the dude who needs to like keep Dom in line.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So you find out.
So Dom's the bad guy of 8.
Until you find out that his wife that he left when he found out Letty was alive.
Yeah.
He kind of gets some karma.
In 5, 6.
One of those.
6.
You find out that
Six.
when he left, she was already pregnant, but she didn't want to tell him because she wanted him to be happy with.
This shit's
with
such a
the
soap
wife
opera,
he
dude.
left her for.
Yeah.
But she understood because she was almost dead, but not dead, but forgot her memory. So
Yeah,
Cypher has her killed.
Wait a minute.
That happened.
Wait a minute.
That happened.
Pause. Everybody pause. So the wife and kid are on the plane. Cypher has him kidnapped. The wife didn't tell Dom about the kid because Dom left her basically for
Which
Letty.
she was okay with because she's like, I understand, it was love your life. She wasn't dead. I remember that whole scene.
That's true.
But it's weird.
If it was my husband, I'd do this. I'd
Right.
go. I'd go.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. You're right.
But it's still
Okay.
weird.
It's still a little weird. Yeah. So
she has her killed immediately to teach him a lesson, which makes no sense.
Dom fucks up his job.
But not really, because he manages to get the briefcase still, which he's like, what do you want from me?
Oh, the football.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I still got your shit. And she's like, I still got to teach you a lesson.
Now is this before or after we get the tether scene of
That's after.
all the crew
tethering
him?
They almost kill him.
Yeah.
He still gets her the briefcase, and she's like, you didn't do perfect, so now I got to kill your ex-wife.
And he Dom doesn't like tell the crew at all.
No, he doesn't.
There's like full on scenes where like he's driving, and there's like before the wife dies.
They all got their radios because they can always talk to each other.
Driving, yeah, just switch to channel 5 on your walkie-talkie.
To blue.
That's Fast 5. Yeah, yeah. Orange is blue, blue is red, red is green, orange is blue. Okay, it's intuitive. But just like switch and go, hey, they got my fucking wife and kid. Give me that thing.
Remember,
and
he tells
figure
her
out what to do.
right before he takes out the rock, he goes, I'll be back when it's over.
Yeah,
Don't
and
lose
gives
faith
this like
or
super
whatever.
cryptic, and Letty's like, she does like the face. She's like
she ate some bad tacos. Yeah. So of course, they have to go know a crew, and they bring in Shaw.
I know a guy.
He knows a guy, and now they have to work together. And Jason Statham absolutely steals the entire movie.
Love Jason Statham.
There's an airplane. I'm gonna skip all the way. So they obviously they start to turn the tide. He sets up this whole plan in motion.
Yep.
He gets a hold of Jason Statham's mom.
Yep.
And and the guy from Cuba that he let stay the car, somehow he gets all the way into what is that, Prague or whatever.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. No, but
he does
in the movie. But but no, he doesn't. Yeah.
Somehow he didn't tell the crew, but I guess that didn't mean you can't tell everybody else.
Whatever.
So
Jason Statham, he gets his brother. And then they like get on the plane and they're like trying to get Dom's kid back, and like because they want to take out Cypher too, because like Cypher like fucked up.
Which they don't show the
brother.
They don't really like the brother's like lands the plane and they don't show him anymore.
Well, he's at the beginning, and then
but that's kind of it. He's like, I'm gonna go get the plane. He goes to the
then,
captain,
like, it's
and then
basically Jason Statham's scene. Yeah.
So then for like 10 minutes,
Jason Statham
he's holding a baby in a car seat. And he puts like Bose soundproof headphones on,
Chipmunks,
and he's
Alvin
playing
and the
Alvin and the Chipmunks, a hula hoop song, and he is shooting, killing, throwing people out of a plane.
Show me that smile. There it is.
And then he keeps checking on the baby. Is he okay? Was that too loud for you? Like that was like, is that loud? No, you're good. Okay.
Yeah, he's like yelling at all the dudes.
And
Like
the guy tries to
"You
shoot the
gonna
baby,
shoot
and
a
he's like,
fucking baby.
and then he turns him. He's like, you're not gonna want to see what I'm gonna do to this guy. I was so amazing.
You can tell like from 8, it's like so clear why they're like, we need a Hobbs and Shaw movie. Like that prison break scene.
I would be fine.
The fucking
They should
Jason
just-
Statham plane scene. The Rock kills it when
After
they're on the
8,
ice.
they should just went spinoffs.
Yeah.
I'd have been fine living in the universe still.
Yeah.
So everything works out. You know, they Charlize Theron somehow gets away.
You like the sub? We got to talk about the submarine and how they're all on the ice and the big dumb, stupid action set piece.
It was cool, but it was almost like
Impossible. Like no, guys, it's too much. And they're like, fire the torpedoes, and they're like still on cars.
my problem.
And
was,
the Rock is hanging from the door and like leaning out the car to like grab a torpedo to fling it at another car. No. Like no.
Yeah, but again, 8 was it still had that vibe of the other ones. It still was fun.
Yeah.
The bad guy was stupid over the top.
Well, the bad guy's like Dom and Cypher. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like Dom
and it was like a
until the
nice
end.
twist. When I saw the trailer, I was like, way back when, I was like, but it made sense, and I like how they did it. And they wrap 8 up, and it could have been the final movie.
Yeah.
And it should have been
Because
the
he like
final
has
movie.
his kid.
After 7 should have been the
Letty
final
and
movie.
him are gonna go.
They
raise
gave
the
them a
kid.
wrap up.
Brian's gonna pull up. Mia's there.
Everybody's there.
Everybody's there. Let's give him a brother.
So that gets us to 9 as we
Yeah.
haul through this.
We'll go to Hobbs and Shaw after. Yeah, I think Hobbs
Right.
and Shaw is technically
It's
after
in between.
8. Yeah, but it's a spinoff. So
Right.
let's go right into 9.
So 9.
Fast 9, I don't like. Fast 9 is probably my least favorite.
It has some cool action set pieces, but 9 is sorely missing The Rock.
9 is missing. Shaw's not in 9 either.
I feel like he is.
I don't think Shaw is in 9.
I'm
think
blurred with
because-
all of these movies.
I think because they just did the movie. I think The Rock wasn't in it because he hates Vin Diesel, but I don't think Statham was in it because I think they were giving the characters a break, which makes sense to do 8 Shaw heavy where he turns, and then skip 9, do a spinoff with him in it,
By the way,
and
we
then
didn't
bring
mention
him
in
back.
8, they
Yeah.
completely wrote him out of being unlikable by revealing that he was a super military mega
guy.
hero.
Yeah, he's basically The Rock, but
He's The
that
Rock.
got
And
dealt a bad hand.
And all of them are all actually good guys that should have never been arrested, and all got screwed. Is what you're all learning. Is every single person is only bad because something fucked up and they didn't mean to be bad. You know what I mean?
They just got
So
sent
they're
down the
just-
wrong path.
right.
Yeah. Wowee. No, and like by the time Hobbs and Shaw rolls around, they like save the world. So he's like total good guy now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's just a smart ass.
He's a smart ass. Fast
So
9 sucks.
9, they decided to go super backstory heavy. Lot of backstory.
9 we get Pirates of the Caribbean 5 where they show young Jack Sparrow, you know.
We got John
Yeah.
Cena young, and we
Yeah.
got young Vin Diesel, and the dad, by the way, is the partner in Hypnotic, which you got to go see. So we
Really?
can have a
That's
short
really
review.
funny.
I thought that was
actually,
funny.
Huh?
So you find out that so the dad dies. Vin Diesel nearly kills the driver that runs into him, thinking it was the driver's fault that wrecked him. You find out that it was actually John Cena.
Well, but in the scene, there's like the dad notices something like on his
Right,
gauge,
they
like something
pitch it that
spits out
hey,
on
my
his
cylinders are off or whatever.
Yeah.
The timing's not
Nah,
right. Fix my timing.
Yeah, you're fine.
So they do the hood. He's like,
grapple.
is it good? You're good now? And he's like, oh, you know. So you think they fix the car. You think the driver was an asshole. He flips him. He kills him. Dad dies. Vin Diesel beats the shit out of the driver. That's how he got on his bad path. He was just looking out for his little brother and saved his little brother.
I normally don't like an origin, but I thought it was
This
fine.
one wasn't bad. It
It's
makes
like
sense
that's
in
kind
the
of why
car
he's like
world.
a criminal.
Why he's in the car underworld.
Yeah.
Because he started
Yeah.
off legit.
He's
and-
they're like in the prison, like working on the cars
Mhm.
or whatever. Like, yeah, so I get it. You know, it worked.
This one
It
did. They brought some people back from Tokyo Drift. The main characters from Tokyo Drift.
I hated
were
that.
in this.
I hated all those scenes for no reason. They come back for literally
to set
what-
up the space.
But why do they need the rocket? Why do Ludacris and Roman go to the Tokyo Drift guys before they need to go to space earlier in the movie? Like for some other thing, right? And they just happen upon them testing this rocket car, right?
Well, Vin Diesel sends them. He's like, I know somebody.
But
There's
for what,
literally a
though?
line.
What are they?
Because they need help. There's literally like a line about them needing help, and he's like, I got some
But they
connections
don't know
there.
there's going to be a space thing.
They don't. But
So
that's
it's
just one
like-
of those casual action movie, thank God we happen to run.
No, it's not candid
he
that
li-
they rolled up on these
I know.
guys and they're building a rocket car out of a Pontiac.
But it's
No.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm
No,
just
I
saying
know.
from
I'm
what
saying from
okay.
like in the movie.
But it's supposed to be like because he's the
perspective,
crazy redneck guy who likes to go fast and do crazy.
Is that the
now-
guy?
That's
Is
the
that
guy. Same guy.
from the first
Yeah,
from
because
Tokyo
he's in
Drift?
7 also. Yeah.
The high school kid who gets sent.
Mhm.
Fucking, he didn't age well.
He didn't age well.
No.
He's like my age.
What?
He did not age well. He did not age well. He's like a year or two older than me. Seriously, he didn't age well.
Oh no.
So he's in there. The whole crew from the Tokyo Drift, which is funny. Like
It's been a while
it's-
since I've seen Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
So I'm like,
He has like little
Are
Bow Wow,
they-
and he's
Yeah,
looking
I'm like,
all-
is that?
Yeah.
Are they maybe in? Yeah, gotta Google.
oh, Hollywood hasn't been kind to them, but
No.
um.
Well, they haven't had a
They
hit
were
since
fun.
Tokyo
They were
Drift.
fun. Like when they are when
Fun.
they're in the jet getting ready to
That's
launch
really
them.
funny.
That
I
dialogue
love the
between all
scenes.
4 or
Are
5
you
of
still
them.
running test lines? Yeah, they could die.
It's
Yeah.
like the mic is still on.
They'll become pancakes at IHOP before the coffee's even served. Yeah. Fucking, I hate that line.
The space thing was
Oh my
cool
God.
because
The space
was
thing
dumb,
is cool once
but it was
they're in
cool
space.
because
like, blow
it
through the
set up
satellite
it set up
thing.
10
Yeah.
because they have this whole come to Jesus. We're not invincible. We've been lucky the whole time. It's time to start realizing that this might be one of these might actually be our last time doing something like heart to heart hand. Let's go. You
Yeah.
know, it was cool.
One final journey.
And then
yeah.
they somehow dock with the space station and ruin the entire. They take you right out of any even remote bit of reality. Like, like the astronauts are like, oh, it looks like a
car.
it's like they rush in and they go
They're like, what
Pontiac Fiat or whatever, and
Fiero or
Pontiac Ferrero
Fiero,
or whatever.
Yeah. Is that a?
So John Cena's brother supposedly was after him, and Vin Diesel gets out of jail, they have another flashback, and
Yep.
he's like, "I'll race you. If you win, you're back in the family, and if you lose,
you
you're out.
lose, you
Because
gotta-
by the way, I know you killed Dad.
Yeah. What?
Twist."
Yeah. What?
And then we get back to the racetrack where he shows him screwing with the car, and they're
Honestly,
like,
I didn't see that one
"That
coming.
was a good twist."
That was a good.
But
That
the
very-
retwist
very
where the dad
twisty.
told him to do it because
Yeah.
we need the insurance money for you to blow the car up.
Very twisty.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was a good twist.
That hits the feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
And then
not,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, I hated my brother for no reason this whole entire time. He didn't. Now he probably feels 10 times worse because he didn't want his dad to die. He just wanted the car to wreck.
Yeah.
And he killed his fucking dad. But the most unbelievable part was like, how do you think Mr. Nobody got your information? I've been working for Mr. Nobody for 20 years. And it's like, so you hate your brother enough that you won't talk to him, but you recommended him for a job
Yeah.
before you decided to go rogue randomly? That was my biggest problem with 9. It didn't make any sense.
Well, 'cause, like,
you just did the rogue plot with Vin Diesel.
It's supposed to set up that like John Cena is the reason Dom is even in this spy world, right?
Right,
Because
but-
it's like, but no.
But then why did he decide to go rogue randomly?
But they're in the spy world
Yeah.
because The Rock like was after
Dragged
them
them
and then
into
realized that they can be an asset and then now uses them.
And the division wasn't even a thing that they've now just slowly and
The Rock's not
quietly-
working.
But he does now.
But he wasn't.
But I
at the
know, but I
he
mean,
was
like,
just,
they would just
he
talk
was
about-
FBI. He was like CIA or whatever. Like
They
he's
didn't
just a
even
special
give it
agent.
a name. It was
Special
like
Agent Hobbs.
these other people at this other place, and
The
now
agency.
slowly it's become a.
Now
like,
it's the agency.
It's been there the whole time. I've been talking about it for like 9,
like
10
that's
movies.
the
Like,
name. You don't know? Yeah, Mr. Nobody and Little Nobody and Little Miss Nobody. I don't like that bit. It's not a good bit. It worked for Kurt Russell, but not the Little Nobody.
It's that is the James Bond inspired stuff there. It's pure right out of James Bond. So 9 finishes
well,
with
the agency is MI6. It's like Mom
Right,
and
right.
or whatever. Yeah, Q and all that shit.
9. John Cena kills it, by the way. He is great in that movie, but 9 does it's too fast
Nice.
of a switch of John Cena. He gets double crossed, of course, because the guy he's working with is just NoHo Hank from Barry.
Yeah.
Just super scumbag. He gets crossed, shocking. And then, soon as he's crossed, he needs his brother's help and the crew's help, and they help him immediately. And now he's on Team Family.
Family, team family.
Immediately.
Immediately, team family. Yeah, remember when I was gonna kill you? I'm not doing that
Immediately.
anymore.
Not doing that
Can I get some money? Can I get some help
You
with
get
these
that car?
bad guys? You
Yeah,
got a car?
could be a good uncle for you and the kid.
Yeah, something.
So he helps them. They do the end scene of that movie does save it a little bit because they built that for real, like some 24,000 pound. They call it the armadillo. That thing that like is getting shot by Cypher at the end, and they're going in the desert, and it's like where they have,
Oh yeah.
and it's just like rolling over mountains and blowing up, and he like
Jesus.
drives it and flips it back over and does all that. That was cool. But again, at the end of the day, Cypher gets away. Again, like in 8, they John Cena, they all have their family again. they end it with another fucking barbecue with the chair pulled out because mom's in town and now, Brian. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like.
Oh, my God.
So now let's go to Hobbs and Shaw.
Now John Cena's in
He's
on
family.
the mix. Now he's family. Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. Which
So Hobbs
I like.
and Shaw, I like a lot.
Directed by the director of the first John Wick movie.
It's probably the second best out of all the Fast movies.
Producer of
if
the
you
fourth
count
John
all
Wick.
of them, spinoffs and everything. It's fun.
It's pretty
The
good.
opening part of the movie, not right after the Idris Elba part.
The virus scene where Idris Elba
That's
fucks him
cool.
up. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like right out of Marvel. But when it goes to their opening routines, The Rock and Jason Statham,
side
and
by
they do the
side,
side by
I
side.
thought that was awesome.
Amazing.
I thought that
Amazing.
the visual was amazing.
That whole movie was shot amazingly.
Oh yeah.
And they were like going back to Fast 1 and
That's
2
that director,
with the graphics and the way it was written and everything
Oh,
was like
yeah.
right out of the first couple movies.
Yeah. I
So-
loved that opening scene. It was almost like the Lego movie,
Yeah.
but like for an action set piece movie. And
Ryan Reynolds.
It was so perfect. It's like orange and like
one's orange,
sunny
one's
Los
blue.
Angeles,
Yep.
and he's like in drabble London
Yep.
or whatever,
Yep.
where it's raining. I noticed it's raining. He drives out of his garage. No raindrops fall on that car. Get on it, CGI artists. Come on. It's
So
rough.
that-
Okay, I have a phone.
That's
God.
So they both get contacted by two hysterical CIA
Yeah.
agents, Rob
What?
Delaney
Who do you need?
and Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, yeah.
I had no idea that Ryan Reynolds was in
No
this
idea.
movie. He played classic peak.
He's Ryan Reynolds.
What's the
He's-
neurotic Ryan
He's
Reynolds?
Red Notice Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, that's
Did
what
you
I
ever
did
watch
that movie.
it?
I haven't seen that.
Okay.
I will.
It's really funny, but it kind of sucks as an
Right.
action movie.
Okay.
But it's only funny because Ryan Reynolds and The
Their
Rock.
chemistry was amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
The Rock
That's why I
shits
think
on
this
him in that
scene
entire
happened
scene
because of that movie.
Okay.
So maybe they became buddies or whatever. Yeah.
He shit. And then by the end, they handshake and hug each other and tell
Yeah,
each other
they're-
they love him.
Stay safe out there. Yeah. Love you, bro.
So they get set up to run into each other, Hobbs and Shaw. They both say they're not going to work together. Then there's this ridiculous scene where they almost fight, and then
Yeah.
they leave.
Yeah.
And they both go on their own way to hunt down. Spoiler: Jason Statham's sister. Of course, it's her in the beginning with the fight with the biotech
Idris
Elba.
Yeah.
So this one,
Hattie.
I can't
It's the
remember her
sister.
name now.
This Hattie, I think, is.
Okay.
It's a very British
This
name.
one will wrap up quick because it is by the numbers.
Oh, it's action.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No, it's action.
but it's by
movie
the
as
numbers.
Fuck. Yeah, it's we got to stop this virus that I injected myself with
protect everyone else.
it.
Yeah.
I am the virus.
And they do a lot of like inroads that The Rock, who's been widowed or whatever forever, is in love with Jason Statham's sister, which is funny because they hate each other, but brotherly love each other.
Oh,
So
you all
there's-
gonna shock
and
my
the daughter,
sister?
and the
Yeah.
daughter's like, and that scene on the plane where he's like, if your little baby sister wants to climb this mountain, I'm gonna let her climb it over and over. And then Kevin Hart turns around, and you're like, hey, he's in this movie too.
Knock it off, guys. Yeah.
And he goes on for 10 minutes about how he should be part of the Holy Trinity.
Kevin Hart's the air marshal. No, he's not.
So funny.
Kevin Hart is not an air marshal.
So, long story, they have their battle, which is one of the best out of all the franchises when they fight.
The ending?
They fight Idris Elba.
Oh, you're not talking about the Samoan Battle of the Five Armies
It's
fight
weird.
scene. I love
They
we
go
didn't
back
talk
to
about
his home island.
Is that at the beginning of Hobbs and Shaw, the soccer scene?
Beginning. Because they do it there.
They do the fucking Samoan chant or whatever, like the
Yeah.
little girls. I fucking
Yeah.
love that shit. The other team's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the one girl
Like,
quits.
Yeah.
She goes, this ain't worth it or
we're
whatever.
like, what if the other team just hard got in the other one's heads? Did some the fucking
Yeah, and they're doing all the yeah.
Oh my god.
So I mean, it's a fun movie. Everybody gets away.
Yeah.
They decide they're gonna be friends. Ryan Reynolds calls him in the after credits scene.
Yeah, what did you think of that?
Which is really funny.
Where he's like
he's beating everybody with a fire extinguisher going down the hallway.
There's another virus. This one melts your outsides.
And then they start talking about Game of Thrones, about how
It's
shitty the ending was. It's so funny. He's like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No
I'm
way
bleeding.
Jon Snow fucks his aunt and kills her.
And he's like, I'm bleeding. This is it. And he's like, I'm coming to get you. Where are you? Hey, this isn't my blood. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. So anyway, so they set up. There's a sequel.
It's like the daughter on the phone.
Oh yeah, you sound just like your
you
dad.
sound just like your dad. And then it's The Rock talking. No, sweetie, put your dad on. I fucking
It's a
love
super
Ryan
fun
Reynolds.
movie.
I fucking love it.
It is one of the
So
most
stupid.
fun of all of them.
That Idris Elba fight at the end when like they figure out how to like
realize
beat his
he
cybernetics.
can't beat both at once.
He
So
can't fight both of them.
they
at
have
the
to
same
take
time.
turns taking a punch while the other one punches him
Throws
back.
a punch.
Some-
Fucking awesome.
Cinematography's
dude.
great.
They're like punch. Idris Elba like punches the Rock, and like Jason Statham comes over like with the fucking headbutt.
It
or
does.
whatever.
It's the
like,
rain scene from Matrix Revolutions.
It's
And
awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Fast X. All right,
Fast
so that's
X
our
review.
recap.
That's
you
next.
should have every nugget of information that you need to know
Period.
to go see Fast X.
Go
You
see
don't
it.
need any other information. We've given all of it to you. You're fully ready.
You're done.
Just like we are.
Tyrese.
I think he does. Yeah, that might be racist, but Tyrese joins the crew in 5, right? We finally get the Tyrese crossover with Dom.
Yeah, because then he does like the Ant-Man Captain.
I'm sorry,
America. He's like,
Roman Pierce.
he's like, I
Yeah.
know somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're Vin
But
Diesel.
they all say that. And
Yeah.
then Dom goes, I know somebody, and it's like Han. You know, and I know somebody, and it's like Gal Gadot from like the 3rd movie or 4th movie or whatever. Yeah.
I know most of the movies too, or the rest of Dom's crew were like, we trust Brian? Could we trust Brian this time after what Brian did? I don't
and
trust
we get Dom's
Brian.
sister,
Mhm.
who's like half trying to bang Brian.
Which
you
she
know what I mean?
ultimately
Yeah.
does.
Oh my God.